hopefully a few of you are going to jump online. If not, you can always pick this up later, and I do put them on YouTube as well. I know this is probably a funny time for some of you. So I was thinking about what I wanted to do today, and I would like to recover that anatomicals. So Phillip Beach is a mentor of mine. He wrote a book called Muscles and Meridians, and he also was a yogi and learning to teach one of the yogas that has run away from my brain right now, Iyengar yoga in the 70s as well. So he was doing that in Pune. And he also works as an osteopath, acupuncturist, and wrote this book over here, which is wonderfully tagged, Muscles and Meridians. It's a method that I teach along, and he actually showed me these variations, and I think they're super useful when you've been stuck at home, sitting in your desk, watching too many movies or too much TV, and they're super easy, super attainable for everyone. So today we're going to do the anatomicals. I might just move my lovely bolster here out of the way. So I'm going to start face up. We're going to do, today will be a short one, I think. I'm going to take my feet wide and my hands wide as well. So if I'm in this position here, this is like my basic anatomical. So what I want to do is I want nice active hands as I move, and I may even want to make them into claws at various points to like play with the lines. So I'm going to start face up. The key is I start in my star, I banana bend, so I'm going to start with my legs. I'm going to banana bend one leg over. I'm hoping I'm not ahead of you guys too much in time, because I know I started a bit early. So I bend one leg over, then I'm going to move the opposite leg in towards my nose. Arms stay where they are. From here, I want to keep this knee as close to my nose as I can and extend the leg up. Now, I'm quite flexible, so notice that my knee is not straight. Yeah, this is like a common mistake, is people really try very hard to get this leg as straight as possible. And actually what you're looking at is really just getting a bit of a bind on the leg, so that when you take it across, you're getting like an optimal twist and stretch. And from here, I'm going to play with taking it back and forth. And I always find it interesting where this one stretches on each side. I want you to notice my feet are really active, so I've got my feet flexed. Phil Beach would say that the feet in a dorsiflexion have more potential than a plantarflexion. I'm going to do a few of these. At my leisure. And once I get to here, I'm going to lift my head. So on this last one, I'm going to lift my head up, and I'm going to look at my hand, look at my other hand, try to look for my foot down the back, look for my foot, look at my crutch, start again. So that's done all sorts of interesting things. Lift, look at my hand, look at my hand, look at my foot, crutch, and down, yeah? I'm going to bring that leg back. I'm just going to give it a bit of a hug, depending on what you've been doing. For me yesterday it was headstand cartwheels, so I feel my hip doing some fun things there. And I'm going to change that over. Hands go up again. So from here, I'm going to take now the opposite leg over in my banana bend. I've gone quite wide here, but because I'm very bendy, like my full wide is quite wide. So I've narrowed it a little bit, but most of you will probably have to go as wide as you can. At least in the crew that I know. Yogis maybe not so much. And I bring this over. Bend that opposite knee in, again keeping it as close to my nose as I can as I extend up for that bite. And now that I've got that bind on the leg, I'm going to take it across. Both feet are flexed. Another common mistake with this one is to take the arms here. Actually, when I take the arms up here, I feel all sorts of lovely twists and stretches through the ribs, through the armpits. So you do want that narrower placement with the arms. to take that across for one more and hold there. Now I go for that sort of neck movement. Lift my head, look to my hand, look to my hand, look to my foot, look to my foot, crutch, and down. I'm going to go again. Hand, hand, foot, foot, crutch, down. One more. Hand, hand, foot, foot, crutch, down. And now I'm going to give that knee a hug. I think I did 3 for the neck on that side and 2 on the other. It's alright, body doesn't know reps. So moving that hip around a bit. Good. So, I want to come back into my star. I've got so much sunlight in my eyes. I'm going to come back to my star, and this time I'm going to work with the upper body. So my feet are going to stay put. My hands come up here. Now the rule is make your star, banana bend, and then reach across the bend. So, there's my banana bend, and you see I shifted my shoulders for that. And my shoulders are always a little problematic. So from here, so they're quite tight through here. From here, I'm going to, like I'm trying to palm a basketball, and then I'm going to extend the wrist, and my fingertips are going to point to the ceiling. So I'm here and I'm going to reach across, bring it back. Reach across, bring it back. Reach across. And I'm really trying to like reach and push. So I'm getting quite a nice pull through here. And then holding here, I'm going to move my head again. So I look for my foot, look for my foot, look at my hand, crutch, foot, foot, hand, hand, crutch, foot, foot, hand, crutch, and then bring it back down. So, reset your star. We go to the other side. So it's a banana bend in the top of the body. Over here, I'm going to reach over this arm. I'm going to shake that hand like I'm trying to palm a basketball. Extend the wrist. I push across. And again, across. 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 And holding here, I'm going to look at my hand, foot, foot, crutch, again, hand, foot, foot, crutch, again, hand, foot, foot, crutch, and down. So, basically that's the 2 face up, and now we go face down. So, this next one, you will have seen in the gym a little bit, but there's sort of a variation where people kind of get into this position and swing around. Again, there's something to be found with having the arms on the diagonal, and it's worth the play. Also by putting the bend on it. So remember, we set up our star, and then we're going to take one foot over to the other. So there's my banana bend on my lower body. Now, the other foot, I pick that up. And I'm going to reach that up. And see how I'm quite bent in the knee? I'm actually going to elongate that, but by all means play with how much of a bend you want. But I really find something by just stretching that knee out a bit and then taking it over. So I'm a little bit longer. And I'm just going to play with that there. again we go with the head. Hand, hand, foot, foot, crutch, hand, hand, foot, foot, crutch, hand, hand, foot, foot, crutch. Awesome. Slowly bring that back. We reset our star to go to the other side. Feel like I should apologise to that plant that I'm beating up with my foot. So taking feet nice and wide. I'm going to take it over to the other side this time. Bending at the knee. I push it up, extend, and I take it over the top. I'm just playing with that there. I'm not taking it back and forward as much, but it is up to you. Remember that I've extended that leg a little bit as opposed to keeping it really bent. It's giving me a bit more length through here. And with the head again, hand, hand, foot, foot, crutch, hand, hand, foot. And I can only just see that top foot. Crutch, hand, hand, foot, foot. Nice big stretch along that SCM, that big neck muscle that you can often see. And down. And we bring it down. So here's where we can have a bit of fun. There are technically 4 anatomicals, and then there's the 5th variation. So the first one is from our star. Or the first of the last 2 is from our star. And I'm going to banana bend, because the rule is set up the star. Notice my feet are flexed. That's important too, like I've got nice active feet. I'm going to banana bend, so I'm going to bend over this way. And then I'm going to move that top arm in a big, like, flossing action. Back and forward. Oh yeah. Perfect morning yoga. And then again, I'm going to hold it open, head up, look, look, and again, and bring it down. Those of you who are wondering where Thomas is this morning, he hasn't gotten off the couch yet. It's really hard being a cat. So, flex feet. We go from our start, we banana bend over to the other side. We're going to go for a nice big sweep. Keep those feet flexed. Move that open, back, open. And we're going to hold that open. Head goes again. Hand, hand, foot, foot, crutch. Hand, hand, foot, foot, wherever it's gone, crutch. Hand, hand, foot, foot, crutch. Awesome. And we bring it down. Now, if you liked that one, which it's one of my favourite ones, if you like that one, you're actually probably going to really like this one. So, I'm in my star. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on my left side, which is where I started that whole movement before. I'm going to bring my left knee up to my armpit. Notice the feet, they're all still flexed. And then when I banana bend, so this is like a little adjustment, I'm going to banana bend to the left. So now I'm sort of all nice and cramped up on this side. And now I'm going to sweep. I want to keep that knee touching the ground. So it can move a little if you want, but you really want to keep that knee on the floor. And I go back to flossing with the arm. And again, I'm going to play with the neck. Most interesting one there was looking up at that hand for me. Ay, ay, ay. And we come down, we change sides. Okay. So, remember, star, knee up into the right side for me this time. And then I'm going to bring my hands over to that right side as well. And I'm going to sweep it open and back. Sweep it open, nice flexed feet, and back. And holding it out here, lifting the head, I look at the hands, look at the feet, look at the crutch, rinse and repeat. And bring it down. Ooh. Awesome. So, from here. So that's your anatomicals. Now I want to add a little bit more for shoulders and spine. So from here, we're actually going to take our hands out into cactus. We're going to go a little bit more intense into the delt. So it's going to be a cactus-shaped broken wing. So I put my hands out like this. Yeah. I'm going to look to my left hand to start with. Bring my hand in close to my face. And from here I can just use, so just the left hand in, I'm going to just start to put some pressure in twisting my body open on that shoulder. And for some people, this is all they need. Now, if I want to be really fussy, I can put an extra turn on that hand as well. To put more weight on it, I can turn, I can lift the leg and move that open. This is my very tight delt. We're just holding this open for a little bit. I'm not trying to break anything, you want to be careful here. The shoulders are complicated joints. And it needs to be coaxed open, not ripped apart. I'm going to bring that slowly back. And then I'm going to reshape to go to the other side, so I come back to my full cactus shape. If I want to, I can put that twist on the hand. And then I'm going to open the other way, so looking to the other side and opening up. And I'm going to slowly bring that back, using my hand to bring the weight over. Excellent. Taking those hands along my sides and round into my back, so in a big circular motion. And I can put my chin forward or my forehead on the ground. We're going to go for kind of a snake pose here. So legs together, abdominals pull in, and then I'm going to reach my hands towards my feet to lift up. And then I'm going to lift my hands up away from my butt. And we'll bring that down. We'll go for a couple of rounds of that. We don't want to make it too hard on you guys. So, I settle back down. I'm going to go abs in. I'm going to reach for my feet. And then I'm going to lift my hands up. And down. We'll go for one more. Starting to work a bit now. Good. So abs in. Reach for your feet. Lift those hands up. Slowly down. Excellent. Bring your hands just in under your shoulders when you're ready. So this one's going to be a little bit of a hybrid of the cobra. We're going to do it as it's kind of a mobility exercise as well. So instead of just lifting up into our cobra, we're going to lift up and move the hands. So I'm going to pull my abs in. Going to squeeze my elbows together, shoulders down my back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving my arms. It's a great little tricep workout, this. Now as I come backwards, I'm going to curl my fingers in. Don't worry, I'll do a few if you just want to watch this to begin with. And then I'm going to take my palms, so palms off the ground, fingers off the ground, squeeze all the way up, bring it back. All the way up, bring it back. So from now we're going to do 5. So we go 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. I didn't peel my fingers back on the way. Good, and from here, push back into child's. Nice and slow. That banana bend, so we're going to take the hands over to the left, push into the right hand side, forehead still on the ground. Breathing into the ribs on the side of the body there to expand and curve. And we take it over to the other side. Again, giving that nice banana bend and pushing into the ribs, breathing into the ribs. And we bring it back to the middle. We're going to drag our hands in under our shoulders and drag ourselves up to sit. Head and shoulders sort of unfurling like a fin. So, what goes one way must go the other. We've done a lot of sort of back bendy stuff. So we're just going to play with getting our backs a little bit more open. We're going to move through a down dog to an up dog just to put a little bit of energy into it. So I'm going to curl my toes under, hands under my shoulders. Now for the less flexy in the hamstrings and back here, you may want to move those legs back. That's not cheating, that's just making it easier for you to actually complete the movement. So from here, I'm going to stick my butt up in the air, look through for my belly button. It's going to be quite an informal down dog because we want the movement. This is my breath out through my nose. This is my breath in. And there's my breath out again. And I'm just going to keep moving through that. So I'm going to breathe in, breath out, breath in, breath out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And we'll go 3, 2, last one. Down into child again. Taking the knees closer together this time, forehead on the ground, and just holding on to your heel bones. So I love to put a little heat into something and then take advantage of the heat. So we're going to put the top of our head on the ground, hold those heel bones. You don't have to be like fully touching with the knees. You can have them slightly apart if you wish. From here, holding onto the heel bones, I'm going to push my butt up to stretch into that upper part of my back. And if I want to, I can tuck my chin even more. And I encourage you to wriggle and play with this one. And one more round into that. I take my hands in under my shoulders. I'm going to slowly uncurl up. So, one more bend for us today. This is another one that Phil Beach is a big fan of. And I've got to say, it makes Paschimottanasana, the forward fold of yoga, much more attainable for people. And also when you're waking up in the morning, I think it's super useful because everything's a bit tight. And this helps like get the muscles involved in the whole process. So for the less bendy, and you do want to do the one that is appropriate for your kind of hamstring and rear chain length, you're going to grab your elbows under your knees, and you want to stay connected here to your thighs as much as possible. So I'm in under here, I'm going to take a breath in. As I breathe out, I'm going to tuck my head onto my knees, flex my feet and push. Ooh, I'm tight today. And I breathe in, I sit back up again, grabbing those elbows, and I go again. So on the breath out, I push the legs straight. On the breath in, I bring them back up and go again. If you're a little bendier, grab your feet. So now I'm really getting as much connectivity as I can. I breathe in and out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In. On this last one, we're just going to land in that forward fold and hang out there. For those of you who want a nice, relaxed, sort of yin-style forward fold, you can actually grab yourself a bolster and lean your head on the bolster or on a block. Excellent. Slowly, slowly bring that up. Let's scooch our hips forward and take a lie down. I've gone for the bound angle kind of position, but by all means, go for Shavasana. Today, that's all we're going to be doing. So a nice quick sort of shoulder, a little bit of spine, and you're ready to go for the rest of your day. It's a really good one for you to do if you've been sitting at your desk a lot or sitting on the couch too much. I hope you guys have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you all again. I hope there's someone in the room right now that I'm actually talking to. If not, see you on YouTube. I will repost this later. Bye.